Greetings. Today's discussion focuses on the question about Tesla as to why is it there's an effort right now to bring out trucks instead of deal with the issues related to car production. Bonjour, wie geht's? Noch immer aus zwei Beinen. Zdravstvuyte. Ni hao ma. So one of the questions that's sitting out there right now is, it's mid-May of 2017. We're 2 weeks away from the first intro event for the Model 3 at the Tesla factory in Fremont. And the stock is actually down because it's been downgraded. And the downgrade actually came because there's an anticipation that the raw numbers of vehicles produced will be limited to below the 5,000 a month planned by Tesla. And I actually think this is possible for only one good reason, and that is that in September, both Mercedes and Tesla are going to be announcing their truck products. The most anticipated part of that announcement is what's going to be happening with the Semi, but I think the medium duty and light duty truck announcements are going to be big as well. And here's why. Operating costs. When you operate an electric vehicle in a truck setting, you're running with half the operating costs that you might have, both repair as well as fuel. And so I believe that over the next 5 years, electric is going to own at least 50, if not 75% of the below 200-mile distance on trucking. So if this actually occurs as I'm describing, Tesla is in a tough position, because if they don't put attention to it right now, they suffer what's called a first mover disadvantage. So a first mover, in the case of cars, if you buy a car, consumers normally keep them for 3 years and then sell those vehicles. So when we're discussing first mover issues, what we actually end up with is a situation where whoever it is that gets a solution done first is able to retain those customers in the long term. With automobiles, consumers will disappear after 3 years, but when it comes to trucks, customers are slow to get into a new space, but once they enter, the fleets tend to buy large numbers of trucks, and they also buy spare parts and other pieces that will be hard to change out quickly. So what's actually happening right now is several entities, be it school systems with electric buses or garbage companies, are moving towards electric with other vendors. And if Tesla doesn't enter that market right now, they'll lose, because once they do step to those customers later, or if they can later, there isn't enough difference between what Tesla might offer those customers and what those customers will already have from the vendors that they're doing business with. So, there are a few variables that I'll note on this. First is that batteries, etc., are greater than half the cost of a vehicle. Fleets test, then make large orders. The large orders from the fleets, given that the average truck is double, triple, quadruple the price of a car, means that it's an important market to pay attention to because it's large and growing. Another issue that's lurking here is, in September, when the announcement is made, Mercedes and Tesla have been partners in a number of ways over the years. As is well known, in 2009, Mercedes gave Tesla $50 million that kept them out of bankruptcy. And even now, Tesla's been selling battery packs and working with Mercedes to provide battery packs for some of these truck solutions. This relationship is going to be kind of interesting, because the question is, what happens when we move to trucks, and what happens when they become more competitors than not. So Tesla has limited their willingness to give their best battery packs in the vehicle space or car space to Mercedes because of the direct competition. But when it comes to trucks, Tesla doesn't have a presence there, and Mercedes does have a presence globally with many truck consumers or customers, if you will. So what this means then is that it's an ideal partnership for the two of them to work together to get this out, and Tesla is getting half the sale because of the cost of the battery and engine parts that they're providing to Mercedes. So the relationship works